in terms of how controlled you want your kids' life to be, do you want them? Are you planning on putting them in like great private schools, or like do you plan on traveling with your kid? Because that was one interesting thing I got to see with my girl. She just hit the road and went to Europe for 3 weeks.
Yeah, that was
with the
crazy.
kid. Kind of mind blowing to me. I told her, I'm like, I can't do it. I can't leave work for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And she just fucking did it. And it's like, it's kind of crazy because I'm like, that is a wild life for a kid right there. And
Yeah.
she's totally fine. Like the whole thing went super smooth, which is great because it would have been the biggest nightmare ever if it didn't go super smooth. But I mean, yeah, like it's kind of a question of like how normal you want your kid's life to be versus how much you want to like indulge them and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to be able to like travel with my kid and stuff like that because I didn't get that luxury. Like I didn't start traveling until I didn't leave Florida until I was like 20, or like 19 to come do porn in California and stuff. So like, and then like my first time traveling was for work, and a lot of my travel has always been for work. I think I've only gone on like maybe 2 or 3 vacations where I got to travel for my own personal,
Right.
pleasure. But ideally, I would love to like be able to give her a more luxurious, cultured, diverse lifestyle and whatnot. Like, I don't know about traveling when she's 2 or something like that, but like I definitely want to be able to like provide as much culture, diversity, and with education that is so hard for me because it's like you're battling. I have to pick and choose my battles because it's like I grew up in public school. I love going to public school. Like I felt like I got real life experiences. I mean, I was a normal kid or whatever like that. I didn't live like in a fucking fancy house or any shit like that. So it was like I was just like a normal kid going to normal fucking school. And I thought it was really great. And you get a variety of students that, are either low income families or high income families that are just like regular.
Right.
And I feel like if you go to a private school, your child is going to be surrounded by more,
elite families, there's a lot of people whose families come from money and their dads are big time lawyers and doctors, actors, whatever.
Yeah, like I didn't have a car in high school, and I remember being like, man, like I want a car, like even if it was like a Honda, But like if I take my Emma to like a fucking private school, she's gonna be like, I want a Bentley for my first car, or I want like a BMW. And I was like when I was a teenager, I was like, I just wanted a car.
My thing too, though, is the quality of the education. Now, I'm not saying you can't get a good education at a public school, but I mean, I've definitely read a million fucking articles that have made me feel like, damn, a lot of people are not getting a great education at public schools. Versus also like, if you're paying, some of these private schools in fucking LA area are like, $50,000 a year, $80,000 a year. They better be doing something with that fucking money. If you're dumping all this money into fucking some private school, I haven't visited any of them. My girls toured a bunch of the ones for like, preschool kids and shit like that or whatever. But like, I mean, there's got to be just like a different level of education possible. And realistically for me, it's like if I'm going to spend money on anything, I probably want to make it optimizing my kids' education. Also, there's like, realistically, there are viewpoints that I don't want my fucking kid to get indoctrinated into. Like there are some crazy teachers out there that I just like, I want to be involved enough to like know what kind of shit they're teaching.
I mean, I feel you. Like I plan on being on like the PTA meeting. Like I plan on being like super involved in especially my child's education because like I'm also like planning like no matter whatever school I put her in for like her American school, like we're going to have like a Russian like private homeschool. It's like she's going to come home from school and have more schooling.
Right.
So it's like but I don't want to do like a homeschool thing, but I can't teach her Russian. Like I can't. Is there a private Russian school in LA? I have no fucking idea.
Honestly, probably, maybe.
There might be. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like I feel you on the education and everything. I just also want to be able to provide her with as much real world experiences. And like my little brother is in private school and I grew up going to 3 different high schools actually. And like I think I'm a very intelligent woman. I was taking like AP classes at like my regular school. I was taking college course classes at like my regular school and stuff like that. And so like I think that even though there are definitely shittier public schools and nicer public schools. So like I'm hoping like, she can still get a valuable education.
Right.
it also just depends on the child and the student and how fun you make school for them and whatnot. So like, I don't know, but that's like a hard conversation because I'm like, as a parent, do I want her to be around a bunch of pretentious pricks or do I want her to be around, fucking average Joes?
Yeah.
Like,
Because, I mean, I could see the good and the bad of your kid going to school with construction workers' kids versus, elite Hollywood directors'
exactly,
kids. Like,
we're in LA. Like, what are they going to be going to school with LeBron James' kid? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, to me,
But-
that seems like a little fucking much.
but they're also, if you can afford to have your kid going to school with LeBron James' kids, that's pretty sick.
No, that fucking doesn't matter to me.
No, because life is all about networking. If you make friends with important people from the beginning of your life, that's going to be massively advantageous to
I'm
you.
not teaching my kid to fucking make friends with so and so because they're gonna benefit your life.
But you don't even have to teach them. They're just if they're around all important people, they're gonna have to be friends with somebody, right?
I mean, yeah, but like,
I'm starting my kid off clout chasing young, and I'm kind of serious because I think. Listen, like if you're gonna go to fucking a club, you want to go to the club that all the important people go to, right?
no,
Yeah, you do.
no, I don't.
Yeah,
I
because
wanna
part
go
of
to
the
club.
value of going to the club is meeting people and who you're around, who you're spending time with.
No, I go to the club with my friends that I choose. I don't fucking care who's already there. I'm like, okay, Lena, Tara, you're coming to the club with me. You're my
Okay, yeah,
homies
you
that
want to
I'm hanging out
control
with.
your section
And
for sure.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go to a club that's playing banging music, as well as a woman. I know what there's like oh fuck, I can't even remember. Davy Jones, Davy something. There's
That club, yeah, I remember
there's
that.
one fucking little club that I used to love to go to, and then I hated going there because the guys always fucking bothered me. And then I would go to Break Room 86, which is a higher or older crowd, and those guys don't ever fucking bother me. So
But you're
I
saying a
love-
higher class, like it was a more pleasurable experience at the higher class club?
No, at the older, like it wasn't a higher class. It was
Right,
I think
well, there you go.
I think the other one was actually a higher class, but it was more trendy and it had a young youth people. So it had like the fucking annoying 23-year-old guys trying to fucking hit on me. When I went to Break Room 86, it's like the 33-year-old guys and they're not fucking bothering me.
I'll put it like this. I've spent a lot of time at skate parks that were full of people like literally smoking meth and like fighting and probably girls getting sexually assaulted. Who knows? Like the worst fucking shit you could ever imagine. And then I've been to skate parks that are in like super nice areas where they got a fucking attendant, no bad shit going on. I mean, if I got to send my kid to one, she's going to the nice one.
Well, I'm not sending my kid to somewhere where I know there's meth. Like, go ahead, I'm gonna go play.
Okay, there's got to be an in between. Yeah. The meth might be a little too far. Yeah, you're right.
I just mean in the sense of where it's like, I just want her to be around people that she's enjoying and the environment that she's enjoying. Like, I don't want to necessarily be like, putting her in something that she doesn't want to do. Like when my parents put my sister in gymnastics when she was like 6, it's because she was already rolling on the floor and stuff. If my parents tried to put me in gymnastics, I'd have been like, I didn't learn how to do a cartwheel until I was like 23 years old.
Because, okay, me and you are from basically like humble upbringing, basically. Like, didn't come from money. But now we live in the richest part of the fucking country and we objectively have money. Now, the way that we got it might be a little freaky to a lot of the people who are like, at the average level of money that we're at or whatever. But realistically, it's like we could kind of go two ways where we could like keep being humble, being yourself, like make your kid grow up with a more normal upbringing, or you start playing the fucking game. Like, you remember when you heard about what's her name, who was like basically paying to get her kid approved for some fucking fancy ass college that she wasn't actually going to get into? I mean, like, that's what really rich people do, is that they want their kid to have this insanely specific upbringing where they're around all the right people and everything, because that, like, yes, you are going to get a very elite education at Yale or Harvard, but the thing that actually really matters is that you now have this massive web of connections with the most elite people who go to those schools, and like it's kind of right there as an option for us to sort of play into that game of like wanting to be these fucking awful people who run society, or try to remain sort of normal.
Yeah, I think I want to remain more normal. I think that I just want my daughter to just have a happy life, and like I don't want to predetermine or predestine her too much, So it's like I already know growing up where she's growing up, having her parents, it's like I'm already kind of setting her up into certain paths just because of who I am. And so it's like I don't want to like narrow her down too much, you know? Like if I like try to put her in this elite path, or I want to introduce her to these certain people and I want to like plan this certain future for her, like that's not me letting her live her life and whatnot. And so like I want to be able to like guide her, but allow her to like live the life she chooses.
It's crazy because it's almost like you kind of have to like push your kid to take their education so serious that they could like get into Harvard.
Yeah.
But then also, if they just are not that into school, or they're just not like that good at testing, or they're just not that kid, or if they want to go in a different direction, they want to get obsessed with some sport, or they want to be an artist or whatever, you have to also then accommodate that. But I think like as a parent, I definitely want to like push my kid to like take their education as serious as possible, regardless of if that actually takes and they end up being.
I'm trying to like make education as fun as possible.
True.
So that she like really enjoys it. So like even little activities like you know when where you were a kid and you go to the restaurant and they have those like activity charts where it's like the crossword puzzle,
right.
la la la. To me, those are good tools to teach your child to do homework and education in like fun ways and stuff like that. And like nowadays they don't offer those as much, or there's like so much like, you know, the phone or the iPad and stuff. And so like I plan on making my own like, you know, at home like Russian and English like activity things. So like when I take her to the restaurant, or it's like she wants playtime, it's like, here, do your little like crossword puzzle, so that it's like a fun activity. Let's do the crossword together. So it makes, you know, learning and everything an adventurous and cool activity.
Yo, we just hit 400,000 subscribers right here on the Clips channel. So if you want to help us out, click subscribe, get us to 500K. Yeah.